Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Monday, June 18th, 2018. In both the Lynn Life and the Jamie Body Mind, the authorized souls remain only child souls from the deeper, denser dimensions, and all other souls from all other dimensions, as long as the souls are already living by the rules given to the Search for Truth community by wiser minds above all of us. And those rules, of course, include contributing more to completing the various assignments given to the Search for Truth community by wiser minds above all of us than each of us as individuals are taking from the Search for Truth resources, including using Search for Truth resources or borrowing Search for Truth resources. That we contribute more than we take is a cornerstone of the effort. As always, our foundational intention remains to do what is ours to do right now in all dimensions, to create worlds that work in all dimensions and for all categories of sentience inside those dimensions. The data very clearly showing we can only impact dimensions smaller than this dimension at ground zero, not larger dimensions other than indirectly, but that in the depths we can have profound influences. Somebody's talking and they're talking about bullying and how pervasive it is and how problematic it is and how important it is to break the cycles of bullying and how confusing it is to try to break the cycles of bullying in the depths. And they're using the metaphor of saying, now you have some cells that are bullying other cells of yours.
Yes.
Find those bullying cells and get them to stop. You too, who are listening, you have some cells in your bodies that are bullying other cells in your bodies. Find those bullying cells and get them to stop.
That feels extremely challenging, and like I don't know how I would start.
No, I don't know how to start on that assignment. And they're saying that's how it is for them. So we can be a little bit less demanding and whiny and judgmental and stop saying, why don't you make the bullying stop? When the point is it's extremely tricky and challenging to figure out how to do that.
That's true.
For whom is this message? And why do you ask? I do know somebody else is talking now. This is a discussion room and somebody else is talking and saying, I do understand what you're saying, but I also know that evacuating the souls, the dead souls from the depths, is helpful, and that there are souls who have been, quote, damned, unquote, damned behind a portal that's been shut, just as one would dam up water.
That's
and so maybe
true.
souls of the damned, which was an expression that somebody used the other day in one of these discussion groups.
That's true.
They might be talking about the souls whose upflow is blocked by a portal, souls of the damned as in water being dammed up, or energy flow being dammed or blocked.
That's true.
The blocked flow. What now? To reestablish upward flow in that which was dammed up, blocked. What now? To reestablish upward flow through blocked portals.
Oh.
There's so many people upstairs and they're talking about the terrible wrong that is occurring in North America right now, where immigrants from Central America, families are being torn apart.
That's
and
true.
How everybody is watching this, and we are all complicit. If we are doing nothing to change that, then we are complicit. And now what can we do to change it? It depends, but we can at least call and email our elected representatives and say, this is wrong, we can't do this, this is not what America is supposed to stand for. I see it's becoming what America is standing for, and that's wrong, and I feel my complicity in it, and I don't want to be complicit in something like this. We've got to change this. We can do that.
That's true. Big flow going up the back.
Big flow going up the back. Letting the dead children from the depths, the dead children who have been dammed up, who have been put in immigration centers and detention centers. Let them continue on, up. Let them continue north. Let them continue their journey into the light, or into a less dark place.
That's true.
Light is simply comparative. When we move from a dark room into a dim room, it feels as though we're moving into the light. When we move from a dim room to a less dim room, we feel like we're moving into the light.
That's true.
And so it goes, light is simply comparative. Moving into a brighter space feels like moving into the light, and this can occur over and over and over again, into lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter places. For whom is this message?
Why do you ask?
Why do you ask? Meanwhile, we just pump up this upward flow. There's a lot of access right now, and it is as if we're moving up and out of the jetties, so to speak.
That's true.
We have the Christ Presence group we were working with previously to one side, and the Vanovanov group we were working with previously to the other side, and they're both falling down. That dimension where they're just sniping at each other, basically,
That's true.
is just falling down. It is another collapsing dimension, and it's sad but also necessary, and we can shoot the gap and continue to reach higher, 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 higher to the light. What now to break the cycles of bullying in all dimensions? We see bullying occurring, bullying actions, humans bullying non-humans,
That's
spirit
true.
world presences bullying nature realms presences, nature realms presences bullying each other. Everybody is bullying everyone. It's a culture of bullying in all dimensions, apparently, and it doesn't actually work any more than selfishness works, somebody
That's
is
true.
saying. And this person sounds like a Ra, the way
Yeah,
he's
they
talking
do.
in the cadence. He's saying, we see it now. We see how none of this actually works. Selfishness doesn't work. Ingratitude doesn't work. Dodging responsibility doesn't work. Lying doesn't work. Cheating doesn't work. Stealing doesn't work. Bullying doesn't work. Can we let it go? Are we ready to let it go? We can start to bifurcate for all of us who are really wanting to break the cycles of bullying. Let's start there, to the Search for Truth Central Axis. All of us who really want to break the cycles of bullying,
to the
Search for Truth Central Axis, all others flung away. Now just keep pumping up the damned, D-A-M-M-E-D, maybe. What now? Pump it up from wherever Pan is working below. Shooting the jetties. Is there anyone up there who really wants to break the cycles of bullying in all dimensions? Is there anyone up there who really wants to break the cycles of bullying in all dimensions? Someone is coming over, but they don't feel like they want to break the cycles of bullying in all dimensions.
No, that's true.
I'm sorry. We'll just stretch longer. I see I have allowed myself to be too short. We can stretch longer.
It feels like we're passing in between those two rocky points of
Yes.
the jetty.
Yes. Maybe we can, with hands, constrict like a large bellows pump, like take that Vanovanov encampment on one side and the Christ Presence encampment on the other, and just compress them down. Well, there's something on me.
Oh wow, a caterpillar. A big fairy caterpillar.
Interesting. I've seen this kind of caterpillar. Can you get a stick for it
Yes,
to
I
crawl
can.
onto? I've seen them, and I thought that looks like it would sting, but it
does.
isn't
Come on,
stinging.
friend. No. Come on. There we go. All the way up.
Thank
you
you.
go.
There you go. Go for it.
There you go.
Where did he come from? How odd.
I wonder if he fell from above.
It could have fallen from above. We can take that Vanovanov encampment on one side and the Christ Presence encampment on the other, and just compress them like a bellows pump, and see if we can get this whole dimension that's collapsing to just shoot up and out quickly, or as much of it as wishes to go to the light, to go quickly, easily, and effortlessly.
Whoa.
Not in a bullying way, but in an encouraging and lifting way. If they want to go, let them go. If they don't want to go, that's their choice, and off you go. But here we're providing uplift. Here we're providing uplift. Here we're providing uplift. This is again that same feeling of something isn't as it's supposed to be. Do you have that feeling?
I just have a huge opening in the head.
Okay. It is flowing.
Maybe we're missing the point.
No, the point is the uplift. I'm sure of that. The point is the uplift. There's no point in us just videoing structural work.
That's true.
This has happened multiple times lately where we
That's
come
true.
to make the video and it's structural work. What is it you would like from us? Possibly what's going on is this. Is somebody way up high is asking a question, and the answer to the question is extremely simple. Just pump up, evacuate the depths. And it just seems so unlikely that that's the answer, possibly.
That's true.
The answer doesn't fit their expectation of what the answer is going to look like, sound like, feel like, taste like.
Oh, that's true.
And so they keep saying, well, that must not be the answer. But it is. The answer to the question is just pump up the dead from the depths, that there are souls who wish to get to the light, and that light is comparative, and so we can get them out of really dark places into less dark places, and to them it is moving into the light. But then once their eyes get adjusted at that level, they will see, oh, this area is also corrupt, this dimension is also corrupt, I see bullying here also, and they will wish to continue on up.
That's true.
Because light is comparative. Why do you ask? That is just not the answer they're expecting. They're expecting some other answer. I'm sorry.
That's true.
That is the answer. It is consistently the answer. This has been going on for some days now.
That's true.
It's still the answer. I'm sorry. It's still the answer. There isn't a better answer.
Feels like the top being rolled off of a roll-top can.
Yes. And now we just pump up. Friends, that's the only answer that we have. We don't have a better answer. We don't have a more precisely truthful answer. It's the same answer that we've been sending up. It's the same experiment, and the experiment has the same answers. So once more, the data is consistent. What's needed is to evacuate the depths. That is the answer. And if you wish to join us, that's wonderful. And if you don't, that's okay too. But we're not going to sit here saying the same thing over and over with nobody really listening.
That's true.
Well, now they're arguing about it. They're saying, well, that's what you're doing in your dimension. We're actually not speaking to the people in our dimension. We already know that they're not listening. We're
That's
not confused about that. This work is an interdimensional effort designed to create working interdimensional relationships so as to create worlds that work in all dimensions and for all categories of sentience. No matter what anyone else does or doesn't do, since that's what our soul contracts commit us to doing. What now?